Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you are fine and safe. Students, I am your English teacher, and today we are going to learn about simple past tense. Students, simple past tense are related to verbs. Do you know what are verbs? Do you remember? We've studied them last week. Okay, just for your revision, we will quickly go through the concept of verbs. What are verbs? Verbs are the words that indicate action. For example, write, sit, and run. So, my students, verbs are the words which tell you about the action that is happening in the sentence. For example, write, sit, run, stand, read, talk, laugh, smile. All the words which tell you about actions are called action words or verbs. Okay. Now, first of all, before learning simple past tense, I want to tell you that what is the meaning of the word tense. 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 What does this word means? My students, the word tense indicates the time of an action. So this verse tells you about the time of an action that is being performed, at what time the action is performed, the time. Okay, so the word tense tells you about the time of an action. And students, there are three main tenses of verbs: past, present, and future. So is it clear that the word tense, tense, tells the time of an action? And how many main tenses of verbs are there? There are three main tenses of verbs: past, present, and future. Okay, so now I will quickly tell you some thing about all these three tenses. It will be very brief. We will not go in detail. But I will tell you the basic use of the tenses. Okay, so that you'll not get confused and everything will, and you will have a clear picture of every tense. Okay, so first of all we have past tense, which we are also going to study today. The past tense describe actions that have already happened. Students, these are the tenses, these are the actions. This tenses tells you about the action which you have already done in the past, which the actions which are finished. For example, I went for shopping yesterday. You went for shopping the day before, one day before, and your action is finished. You've completed your action. That is why it is classified as the past tense. Okay, the present tense describe actions that are happening now. The actions which you are doing right now at this moment are classified as present tenses. For example, what am I doing right now? I am teaching you. So my action of teaching you is the present tense because it is happening right now and it is going on. I am continuously teaching you right now. I have not stopped. My action is not finished. So this is the present tense. Future tense describe actions that will happen. Now the tenses, the actions which you will do after some time, or do after one day, or after a few hours, or let's say after a month or so, will be the actions which will be classified in future tense. For example, I will go to the park tomorrow. When will you go to the park? You will go to the park the other day, one day after some time, after 24 hours. So you will do it in future, in the coming day. That is why it is classified as the future tense. Okay, but students, as I told you earlier, today we are only going to learn about simple past tense. So let's begin. Verbs in simple past tense indicate actions that happened in the past. As I've told you earlier, that the action which you have done in past, with the actions which you've done previously, which you have finished some time before, or let's say one day before, or a few hours before, or even a second before, are classified as simple past tense. For example, Ali washed his car yesterday. Now in this sentence they are telling you that Ali washed his car a day before. Yesterday means one day, the last day. So his action is finished. He has completed his action. That is why it is an example of past tense. Okay, students, so there are now there are I'm going to tell you a few things, that few ways in which we can form simple past tense from simple verbs. These are the ways to change simple verbs into past tense verbs. So the first thing which you should know is that the past tense is formed by adding d, ed or ied to the main verb. These are called regular verbs. So what you do is you take a simple verb and add d, ed or ied to it. For example, baked. The simple verb in baked is bake, b-a-k-e, bake. What I have done here, what we do here, we've just added d to the spellings and we've changed it to the past tense. Bake becomes baked. Similarly, watched. The simple verb in watched is w-a-t-c-h, and what we've done to make it past tense, we have added ed to the spellings, and watch becomes watched in the past tense. Next, cried. Now the simple verb in the word cried is cry, c-r-y, cry. The rule which applies here is that in place of y, we write I and then add ed to it. So cry becomes cried. Those were the examples of regular verbs. Now here I am going to tell you about irregular verbs. There are many verbs that take completely different form in the past tense. These are irregular verbs. Students, irregular verbs are those which are changed completely in past tense. When you write them in past tense, they are completely changed. For example, throw in present tense will become threw in the past tense. The spellings are changed, the pronunciation is changed, okay? Then eat becomes ate. The whole word is changed. The pronunciation is changed completely. Eat becomes ate. Ate is a totally new word. It is not it has no similarity with the word eat. But because it is a past tense of eat, so just keep in mind that this is an irregular verb. So all these kinds of verbs are irregular verbs. Now students, let's talk about the rules for adding ed to the main verb. As I told you earlier that in regular verbs you add d, ed or ied to make sure that the verb is ending with ed only in the past tense. The first and the most simplest rule is that we simply add ed to most verbs. For example, touch becomes touched after we add ed to the spellings. Watched, as we discussed earlier, becomes watched. Okay, so we are only adding ed to the spellings, and it is the most simple, it is the easiest way and the simplest way to change the verb into past tense. The next rule is add d to the verb that end with e. For example, smile becomes smiled. Now students, there are verbs which have e as their last letter in their spellings. For these kinds of verb, what we do is we simply add d to the spellings. We do not add another e, but we only add one d to the spelling so that the verb in the past tense will end with ed. Okay. The third rule is change y into I and add ed to the verbs that end with y. Students, verbs like carry, cry, they all are ending with the letter y. So the rule for these kinds of verbs is that in place of y, we write I and then we add ed after writing I. So carry becomes carried, and cry, as I told you earlier, changes into cried. The last rule is that double the consonant and add ed to verbs that end with one vowel followed by one consonant. What we do is, in some verbs we double the last letter of the verb by looking at the second last letter. For this purpose, we have to make sure that the second last letter of the spellings in the spellings of simple verb is o, and then is a vowel. For example, light and stop, the second last letter here is o, which is a vowel. That is why we have doubled the last letter consonant. P is the consonant and we have doubled it. But Students, I also should tell you here, must tell you that there are verbs where this rule is not applicable. We will talk about it later, but here you only remember these rules of changing the main verb to past tense verb. Okay, so now we were discussing the regular verbs. Here I have rules about irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are verbs that don't end in ed. So, as we have discussed earlier, these verbs are completely changed. They do not end with ed in past tense. And what are the rules for them? At times you have to change the vowel to make the verb past tense. The first rule is that the vowel in the spelling is changed. For example, here give, I in give is replaced with a, and so the verb is changed into past tense and give becomes gave. Similarly, come, in come, o is replaced with a, and the verb in the past tense changes to came. Come becomes came. And the second rule says that the other irregular verbs have a different kind of change, and this changes the change that the spellings are totally changed, the pronunciation of the verbs is totally changed. For example, write here becomes wrote. As you can see, the spellings of wrote are changed, and pronunciation is totally changed also. Think becomes thought, buy becomes bought. So these are the examples of irregular verbs. Okay, now let's talk about some more example of regular verbs. In the first picture, hop becomes hopped, hop becomes hopped. Here we have double the last letter. Dance becomes danced, jump becomes jumped, and dive becomes dived. Some more examples of verbs here, and these are irregular verbs. Draw becomes drew, write becomes wrote, and swim becomes swam. Okay, so now students, it's time to revise what we have learned today. We have learned that the word tense indicates the time of action. The meaning of the word tense, T-E-N-S-E, is that it tells you the time of an action. Okay, and what we've learned is that past tense verbs tell us about the action that happened in the past. The past tense verbs are the actions which tell you about the action which you've already done, which are finished sometime before, one day before, 1 second before, but they have to be finished and they have to be done in past. Clear? Okay students, so I hope that this lesson will help you in learning your past tense. Now what you do is you will open up your holidays homework e-learning pack, and you are going to learn the list that I have given you there and then do the given exercises. Now until I see you next time, Allah Hafiz, take care.